Snap your fingers and dance. I know in the end you win. Let me tell you how my God came through. If he did it for me, he'll do it for you. You on the verge of a breakthrough. Please know. Come on in, come on in, come on in. In the end you win and you gonna tell your friends. I'm sick, I know a healer. He'll pass through and he came through. Welcome. This ain't no cap, I know that. Welcome. Come on in, go ahead and tag someone. Share. He's so good, y'all. No matter what you are going through right now, he is so good. Come on in. Go ahead and tag someone. Thank you for joining me on this evening for Wisdom Wednesday. I won't be long tonight. I have some other things I need to attend to before I lay down. However, I needed to come by to give you these encouraging words. Three words. They're so powerful. But I needed to remind you in such a time as this, in such a time as what many may be going through, I needed to make sure that you are reminded. So tag a friend, share. Listen, like I said, they can come back later. It'll be up. I like that song, y'all. You do it for you. You on the verge of a breakthrough. You understand? You may not think that you can make it, but you are on the verge of a breakthrough. And in the end, you win, I win, we all win. Listen, you're on the verge of that breakthrough. You're on the verge of that deliverance. You're on the verge of that healing. You will not be broken. I promise you won't. But listen, let me go ahead so I won't get beside myself. But I just wanted to come by. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. Thank you for joining me. Let me just go on in because I would not be before you long. As I said, you can share, you can tag someone. Listen, y'all, one thing that I know, one thing about social media has great purposes. Social media can reach places and people in areas that we may not physically be in. And it's not social media that is bad. You understand? Social media is a good thing. I've always been told, and it's just so true, when you don't know the use of a thing, if you don't know the purpose for a thing, you can abuse those things. And it's not the social media that is bad. It's sometimes the people that's behind social media that has ill will, ill intentions, that continue to go. They're scamming, they're making posts and living a life of lies, and recording things and doing some things that are not necessarily uplifting to individuals, or not necessarily help with people healing, does not necessarily send positive vibes or positive things that can enlighten people, to help them, to give them hope. You understand? Sometimes people look at social media and they go, and sometimes they may kill themselves because what they're looking at is things that, I wish I had this. Looking at people and not understanding that some of these things, sometimes people, this stuff is not real. You understand? So you're trying to live up, and you're coveting, and you idolizing individuals of things. And to be honest with you, they may be going through something worse than what you may be going through, but you won't know that, because when you get on social media, sometimes there are a lot of characters, that a lot of people that are fictitious. You understand? They're fake, they're false, they're living not in their identity, they're trying to be something that they're not. They want these followers and people, this, that, and the other, and they not secure in who they are themselves. Do you understand? Some people can only feel like they feel good, or feel good about themselves, if they have people that are following them, that look up to them. However, what they choose to a lot of times get to follow them is people who or not secure within themselves. So you have familiar spirits with like spirits that connect to one another, and that person may be seeming to go to one place while you remain stagnant. That's when you know, listen, that connection. Sometimes you have to, and I don't know where I'm going here, but then I do. Sometimes you have to assess your connections. Sometimes what you have to do is see where you are and where you're not, and evaluate. It's this particular season. Let me tell you something. I knew the season that I was coming in. I knew the things that God was going to do. I knew God was shedding some things, shedding some people, shedding some situations because of where that He was having me to head. And sometimes the things may not feel good. They may not look good. They may not have you to give any type of warning or stuff that you have to say, because everybody is not equipped and everybody cannot handle, and everybody definitely cannot go where you are. Sometimes you have people that may want to attach to you or may want to be around you or whatever the case may be for their own particular motives, and God will always show those things. So in while you're in the season when God is peeling things off of you, where He's cleaning the inside of you, where He's removing things from you, things and people from you, think it not to be strange of what He is doing for you in this hour. Think it not that you have to question Him, whether you have to be find out or think that it is you, because it is not you. But where you are going, God has to do some things. He knows what you need. He knows who you need. And everybody is not equipped not only to go with you, but for what calling that God has have on your life. They're not equipped. So understand, there will be different rooms that you will go in this season. There will be different things, different attachments, divine connections, or whatever the case may be. And sometimes, let me tell you something. And I say this before I get into that He got you. I say this by wisdom. I say this because of experience. I say this because I see so many people even the now. Listen, you do not have to have a crowd of people around you. Sometimes people feel they don't like to be lonely, or they always think they have to have all of these different people. They on the phone all the time, and all the time is not talking spiritual things, they're gossiping, talking about people, talking about things, and then you wondering why certain things come back on yourselves. Sometimes it's important that you keep your mouth closed. Keep your mouth closed. Keep your mouth off of things or situations or people that you have nothing or know nothing about. Keep your mouth closed. And even when people have your name in their mouth, because there's a lot of stuff people say, there's a lot of lies and different false things. You don't have to chase lies. Okay, stop chasing lies. They're gonna talk about you, bro. Sis, they're gonna talk about you. You don't have to chase lies. Okay, it's those things. The Bible tells us to be angry, but sin not. This, it's all right for you to be angry. It's all right to get upset. That's human. But what do you do? What is your response? But then I go back and then I say, also, let me tell you this. We got to be mindful, because we're definitely going to reap what we sow. This is not the word that I have for tonight. This is some things that God is dropping now. Listen, sometimes we have to be mindful, because we're not always the victim. Okay, we're going to reap what we sow. So in times past, no matter if you got it right now, no matter if you're doing right now, in times past, if you have ran people down, if you have done things and said things that you know you weren't supposed to be saying, or you was carrying a bone, and when that stuff starts happening to you, just tell the Lord to forgive you if you already haven't, because you know that's what you was doing yourself. My signal is messing up. I see the delayed things, but that's all right. We got to be mature in this season. We got to know and to understand this. Listen, whatsoever we sow it, we shall reap also. And just because we're trying to get it right now, just because we're doing the thing we're supposed to do now, does not mean whatever we sowed in the past, does not mean whatever we've done in the past, we're going to have to reap. We might not know when. We're thankful for God's grace and His mercy. But listen, we got to stop. There's a lot of people right now that are playing victim to situations, to things. And God, why it's me? Listen, why not you? Whether if you brought it on yourself or God, or whether God calls it to happen, why not you? Don't get weary in well doing, but also remember, when these trials and tests that they come, when you notice some of the things, when some of the same things happen to you that you have done, just throw your hands up and God, I understand, God, and endure like a good soldier. Endure. Endure. But that's not what I came to talk about. I wanted just to say that he has you. He has you. Listen, he's uplifting you with his righteous hands. Listen, he has you. I know right now you may be in a space that you don't know when, you don't know how, you don't know why. You might be in a space that you're saying, God, I want to throw in the towel. You might be in a space where it looks like all hell is breaking loose. Your dog is acting funny, your children, whatever the case may be. But I tell you, don't you give up. Don't you quit. Don't you throw in the towel, because like always, he's got you. He's did it one time. He's did it two times. He's did it before, and he's going to do it again. Oftentimes, it is us who gets impatient. Oftentimes, it is us who put our mouth in the way. And when we use this little thing right here, we cause this thing to happen against, because we're talking against what his word says. But if you would just let him work and let him drive and let him do, I promise you that he got you. It may look a little different right now. I know it may feel, but he got you. While you are going through this time, while you are feeling in despair, while you are sometimes maybe questioning him, don't question God. Everything that he does, everything, even if that we brought it on ourselves, it says he provides a way of escape. No matter what, we know the fury dot's going to come. But it even tells us that what we're going through right now is only temporary, does not compare to what he has for us. So you got to think about what he has. You got to think about the next. You got to think, don't think about the right now. And be content. And some of you want to move so fast and you're not ready. Some of you see what everybody else is doing and you want to do, but you're not ready. Get equipped, get prepared. Sometimes things involve training. Do you understand? You have to train. I remember when I was younger, when I was in school, I used to love to run. I used to be a track star. I used to love to run. Love, when I tell you love to run, I was fat, love to run, right? And I ran into relay races. I ran in some of the heats. I ran, I ran. Oh my God, I used to love to run. But listen, I wouldn't have been as good as I was. We wouldn't have won a lot of the things that we won if we did not practice, if we did not get trained, if we did not go through the process. Our coach just did not put us on the track field. We had to learn to get in the blocks. We had to learn to, what different, who was the fastest, what leg, especially the relay, who needed to be where. Let me tell you something. You might not want to go through the training. You just can't jump on the track field. You just can't jump in the race and run. You got to go through the training. You got to go through the process. You got to know what, when, and how. And that is the same thing on this journey right here. Even if you got storms that's going on, even if you don't know how, what, when, and where, sometimes we in situations that he's trying to mold us. He's trying to prune some things out of us. Do you understand? So he can put you in this race, so he can put you in that heat, so he can put you in that relay. I always say the race is not given to the swift, but to those who endure to the end. And some of you, your endurance level is small because you want it right now. You want to get there right now. And that's not how it goes. You need to be processed. You need to be processed. Some of you need to be reprocessed because certain things are not aligning with the Lord. But I tell you one thing, if you understand that he got you, no matter the course, no matter the race, no matter the trial, no matter the doctor's report, no matter how your bank account looking or ain't looking, no matter, he got you. He got you. He got you. So I just come by this evening to tell you that he got you. So be not weary in well doing. Don't you faint. Don't you throw in the towel. You look at that storm and you speak to it. You speak to it. You speak and say what God says. But don't you quit. Don't you fret. Because he got you. He got you. I hope that I've said something that has sparked and igniting in you the fire of God to want you to get up and to keep going, to dust yourself off and to keep going. Until then, remember that he got you. Lift your head up, stick your chest out, and continue on this in this fight, on this walk, on this journey, because no matter what, men may forsake us. We can't depend on them, for the Bible says they'll let us down all the time. But we can depend on God. Not sometimes, but all the time. We can depend on him. So God bless you. May he keep you in perfect peace. Don't get weary. Don't you worry, because he got you. See you next time on Wisdom Wednesday. And I thank you for your support. I thank you for your contributions to this ministry, to renovating lives, to the things I do in the community, to the support that I give people. I thank you. Be blessed.